Hey guys, I'm Ladarius here with Panther Report, and today I'm sitting down with President Mark Baker. It's a pleasure having you here today.
Darius, it's great to be with you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. So today, guys, we're interviewing him about the Georgia State and Georgia Perimeter consolidation that's been going on recently. So why choose to consolidate Georgia State and Georgia Perimeter?
Okay, so the consolidation was actually the decision of the Board of Regents, but the reason really was tied to the great success that Georgia State has had with student retention and graduation rates. Georgia State is the national leader in terms of innovative new programs to help students stay in school and on time to graduation. And the Board of Regents basically came and said, you've done this amazing thing at Georgia State. You've just many more students, thousands more students graduating today because the programs are working. Could you make that work at Georgia Perimeter? And so we came back, talked to the team, and they said, yeah, we can do better. And so the Board of Regents decided that as one consolidated university, it'd be better for the students, and we went down that road, and we're now off and running.
So now with the consolidation, what does this mean for layoffs?
Well, there have been RIFs, which are reduction in force, which is another way of saying layoffs. There are some efficiencies that are gained by taking two separate institutions and bringing them together as one. The simplest example, and the Board of Regents said this, is when you have one university, you need one president, not two. So there have been some positions eliminated, and that's expected in all the consolidations the system's had, as achieving what are called economies of scale. But in terms of the instructional faculty and the people actually, teaching the students, there's no cuts there. It's really at the administrative side of taking two sets of administrations and putting it together as one. And you have to have a larger administration for a larger institution, but it doesn't have to be as big as two separate ones.
Okay, so now how will this affect the admission process on both sides of each school?
Okay, so for Georgia State, downtown bachelor's degree programs, nothing's really changed. And for Georgia Perimeter, they're now applying, students who were historically applied to Georgia Perimeter are now applying to Georgia State. They have a choice. They can apply for admission to Perimeter directly into an associate's program, okay, and that's possible. But there will be some other students who will actually apply for a Georgia State baccalaureate program. And if they're not going to be offered a spot in the freshman class in a baccalaureate program, we can now admit them into an associate's program that if they successfully complete that, or when they successfully complete that, then they'll be guaranteed a spot to transfer here. In the old model, if a student wasn't admitted as a freshman, we had to reject them, and basically they had to go then apply other places. So now there's going to be a more seamless model by which a student who applies to Georgia State may be told, and Penn State does this all the time across the state of Pennsylvania, and we're going to be doing it here now. Say, if you start, whether it's in Clarkston, Dunwoody, Newton, Alpharetta, Decatur, start there, do what you have to do. There will be a spot here for you, and frankly, this has been the spot for perimeter students for decades. More than 20% of the Georgia State students before the consolidation had started at Perimeter. So what this does is just provide a more seamless pathway for students coming out of high school to get to Georgia State and to get to their bachelor's degree.
Now what does this mean for tuition and fees?
Actually not much at all, or frankly nothing. If you go to Perimeter, you're going to pay a different tuition and fee structure that is basically for the two-year institutions within the university system of Georgia. And at Georgia State, you're going to pay the baccalaureate degree level tuition that we have. So there's not going to be a sudden shock or change in tuition and fees. And students in associate's program will pay a lower tuition than students in a baccalaureate program for those 2 years.
Now, when it comes to Georgia Perimeter sports, I heard that they're being cut out. So will they be able to try out for Georgia State sports or any schools in Georgia? So
the Georgia Perimeter sports were actually cut a year ago. So when the Board of Regents voted in January of 2015, that was the first thing, is the student athletes at Georgia Perimeter were informed that semester, which is a year ago this semester, were informed that would be the last semester of Georgia Perimeter sports. And the coaches of those programs then work with those students to identify what their opportunities would be. And they could try out, or they could transfer, try out here. Some chose just to basically complete their degrees and not continue with sports. But that piece is essentially done at this point.
Now, what does this mean for student organizations? Will they also be able to come in tandem with Georgia State?
Well, as part of the consolidation, the Student Affairs is working through, in some cases, like Student Government Association, there will be one Student Government Association. Whether or not there will be some student organizations that are specific to a perimeter campus, that is all being worked out. Those will be done on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, so how much money will be saved due to the consolidation?
It's going to be in the millions of dollars. I can't tell you the final number right now, but it's certainly in the millions of dollars already. And we're keeping a tally of that. And as we get a year or so into this, we'll actually have a much more firm number, but it's in the millions.
Now with this makes Georgia State one of the biggest or
Yep.
the biggest college in Georgia. So I'm pretty sure one of the students' concerns will be class sizes and overpopulation. So how will all that?
Yeah, but see, that's actually one of the greatest confusions, because it is the largest institution, but not all 50,000 students are coming here to downtown Atlanta to this campus. Remember that as part of the consolidation, we now have a larger campus in Alpharetta. Georgia State had a small campus there. Georgia Perimeter had a small campus. We shared a parking lot. That's now one Georgia State campus in Alpharetta, another campus in Dunwoody, another campus in Clarkston, another campus in Decatur, Panthersville, and then a campus in Newton. So with the number of students, there's no dramatic change. I mean, the students at Georgia State, Georgia State, this campus right here was roughly 32,000 students last semester. Will be 30-some thousand this fall. I can't tell you whether it's going to be 32, 33, 34, 31, but it's not going to be 50 downtown. Likewise, those other campuses, which are, 1,800, 2,000, 3,000, whatever, they're still going to have their students as well. So there's not going to be a major convergence, if you will, of 50,000 students downtown. It is now a 6-campus institution plus an executive education center in Buckhead. We operate a telescope in Mount Wilson in California. Georgia State has a very large presence and a very large footprint. We can handle the 50,000.
All right, so thank you so much,
It was
President Baker. It was a
it
pleasure
was a
meeting
pleasure
you.
to be with you. Thank you so much.
And I'm Larry Teeth once again reporting for Panther Report.